And here we go, folks. Take three. Real Deal Neil, welcome back. I don't even know what to tell you. Anybody that knows me knows that me and smartphones, we are not friends, with the exception of it does allow me to do this content quite easily, right? It's efficient, it's mobile, it's right there. It's a cool tool. But I break them. And so I've done 2 takes of this video already, and I think it's worthy information and it's good content. So I'm going to do the third time's a charm, as they say. But yeah, I always have audio issues with my phones. I tend to drop them in the water. So I'm going to deal with that in this discussion about the vacuum law of prosperity. Now, again, take three. So obviously it's worthy, in my opinion. But if you want to understand the vacuum law of prosperity even better, go out and check out one of my friends, Randy Gage, and he's got a book all about it, and that's where I was first exposed to this excellent information. So, Cole's notes: vacuum law of prosperity. The universe abhors a vacuum, and there are several universal laws. One of these universal laws is called the vacuum law of prosperity. So, the universe abhorring a vacuum, when it a vacuum is available, the universe will fill that space with whatever. And by the way, if the vacuum law of prosperity is something you're employing, please know that you get to decide what comes in. But if you're employing it and you don't know and you're not deciding what comes in, that space will be filled. That vacuum will be filled with whatever comes in. And you might not like the outcome. So I always like to give examples of how my discussions, my the ideas I'm discussing, have worked in my life. So several months ago, I moved from one house to another, and I moved in with my best friend, and we decided that we're going to leave all my stuff behind except for a few things because it was a really negative, toxic environment that I was living in, and I didn't need to bring any of that energy with us. So I intentionally used the vacuum law of prosperity. I left everything behind, knowing that the universe would abhor a vacuum and fill it with goodness, and it did for a time. And then I started blocking the vacuum law of prosperity, and there wasn't a lot of goodness coming in. And I wasn't intentionally removing things from my space that do not serve me. So negative thoughts do not serve you. Negative feelings do not serve you. Negative people do not serve you. Negative things or just junk stuff in your world that does not serve you. If you get rid of that, the vacuum law of prosperity will kick in. And if you do it intentionally, you can decide what comes in. And if you just do it and then don't even know about the vacuum law of prosperity, sometimes you'll get a bunch of negative stuff that comes in, and the vacuum is filled nonetheless. Because the universe isn't worried about negative, positive. It's worried about that's an empty space and we got to fill that. And you get to decide what the vacuum is filled with. Now, so I moved to a new space, and then I moved again to a new space. My best friend and I decided, hey, let's start all over. Let's put the vacuum law of prosperity into play, get rid of a bunch of stuff, move to a new space, and allow new goodness to come in. Well, blocked that for a while. Yes, I did the vacuum law of prosperity, but I did not pay attention to anything that was coming in. I just knew, I just made assumptions. By the way, do not make assumptions about universal laws. They work a certain way, and you need to know how to use them. Don't just assume it's going to work for you, right? There are some precursors, some triggers that you need to be aware of to get it to work for you. So we moved to the new space, and I didn't get rid of a lot of stuff, right? I didn't get rid of a lot of negative thoughts when I came to the new space. I didn't get rid of a lot of negative feelings when I came to the new space. But I did get rid of a whole lot of stuff. So when I got to the new space and I had all these things going on, that is, all of these things that do not serve me that I allowed to just be in my space, well, it didn't take long and the vacuum law of prosperity kicked in again. So I found myself very shortly thereafter coming to this new space because I was blocking the vacuum law of prosperity. I found myself in an empty house suddenly. And I thought, wow, that's interesting, right? And for several weeks now, I've been blocking the vacuum law of prosperity with negative thoughts, negative feelings, negative people even. And I got to tell you, over the last several days, I flipped the switch on that. realizing, okay, Neil, you're not employing the vacuum law of prosperity. You're being whipped around by the vacuum law of prosperity, and this vacuum that exists in your world right now is getting filled with a bunch of shit. Pardon my language. So a couple days ago, I decided I'm going to employ this thing properly. I know how it works. I know what to do. So I started taking the actions, and I started getting rid of the negative thoughts. Right? They didn't serve me. The negative feelings, they don't serve me at all. Negative people, they don't serve me. And I decided I was going to shut down my legal practice. That is my office, not the whole business. Shut down my office. And because now I'm living in a very, very large house, 3 bedrooms, empty. Was empty. I'll tell you the story. And it was empty. So as soon as I decided I was going to put the vacuum law of prosperity into effect, i.e., the office, the brick and mortar structure, it wasn't serving me. It was just taking money from me, right? I have a beautiful house that I live in, much more attractive than my office. Notwithstanding, sometimes you want to compartmentalize those things, but I'm all in, right? My life and my business, they are very much intertwined. So as soon as I decided I was letting go of that office, boom! Suddenly, I'm getting calls from colleagues. I had a small library at my office. Now I got a full library here at my house, and guess what? I have enough space for it. Brand new books, all updated, fantastic. I had an empty house here. Now I got more furniture than I really need. Except I am holding out on the universe for a new kitchen table or a new dining room table, so that I can eat there and some other things. But the bottom line is all that's coming because during those 2 days I got a call from another friend, and I was having a discussion with them. About the vacuum law of prosperity and the things that I no longer serve my world. And I got a street cleaner going by. They're taking away some stuff from the front of my house. So the bottom line is that person said, hey, I got this and this and this, and just come and get it whenever you want. So, within the next couple days, my house is going to be full because I decided to employ the vacuum law of prosperity, get rid of the negative thoughts, get rid of the negative feelings, close down my office, creating a huge vacuum in the and intentionally deciding what I want to fill it with. And now I have an office at my house, furniture on the way. Not that I didn't have any furniture. And some new clients, right? That was also a bonus of the vacuum law of prosperity. So I only tell you this story to let you know that you too can employ the vacuum law of prosperity. If you've got thoughts, feelings, people, stuff in your world that does not serve you, then you've just got to handle that. Remove the things, the people, the thoughts, the feelings of in your world that do not serve you, and the vacuum law of prosperity will kick in, and you can intentionally bring in positive feelings, thoughts, relationships, stuff even that will serve you. Am I making any sense here? I hope that you decide to employ the vacuum law of prosperity. I hope that by doing that, you're choosing to win, right? Because second place is not an option, right? I hope that you choose to make it a great day as I have. And I'm telling you, I hope you choose to go and have a look at Randy Gage's book about the vacuum law of prosperity. If you learn about that and you employ it, it will work for you. Now, is everything perfect in my world? No. That's life, right? We're having a human experience, right? Things aren't always perfect. But things like the vacuum law of prosperity, if you know how they work, it can definitely make your day better. So, make it a great day. Choose to win. Choose to employ the vacuum law of prosperity in your life. That's all I can say. It does work. Peace, folks.